Hey guys, we're Emily and Joe of the Vantastic Life, currently living full-time in our 144 Sprinter van. We spent our last few days riding in Richfield, Utah, which if you haven't seen the video, definitely check that out. It was very fun riding, and we're currently making our way up to Salt Lake City where we're hoping to sell our Sprinter van before getting a new one, don't worry. We just woke up this morning to our first snow of the year. As if you guys watched the riding video yesterday, it started snowing on us while we were riding, but then it didn't really amount to anything. We woke up this morning, and this is what we found. So we're somewhere, I don't even know where we are, somewhere north of Richfield. We're headed up to Salt Lake City, trying to sell the van, because we're supposed to meet a buyer up there. Hopefully everything goes smooth. We have it serviced because we're super nice people before he gets it, so he doesn't have to service it right when he gets the van. Hopefully we don't get snowed on and have everything kind of slow down. That would be a bummer. That's the goal. In the van, all prettied up for our hopeful sale here in Salt Lake City next week or so. Like I've got a few spots I need to go over again, but making it pretty. We spent our first few nights outside of Salt Lake City staying at this BLM land, and we found the Mountain Ranch Bike Park, as you see here, which was super cool, tucked up in this little neighborhood, so we had to ride it. And I highly recommend it if you're in the area. The link's going to be in the description down below, which is a really fun little place to ride with jumps and features like this. Super cool stuff. So remember this for later on in the video. It will come back to bite us. This is a cool BLM camping spot that we spent a few nights at before headed into Salt Lake City. Oh! Sometimes you have a less than optimal pooping location. Oh, there's a neighbor. After a few nights at this BLM land, we headed up to the KOA in Salt Lake City, so we'd be in striking distance of the Mercedes dealership. Nothing like staying at the packed KOA in the middle of Salt Lake City. Drama for your mama. So we're still at the KOA. I'm gonna look super excited about it. In Salt Lake City, and we're selling our van, as you know. We have a buyer coming in to kind of take a look and verify everything on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday, we went and got the van serviced a few thousand miles early just so that we could feel good about it for ourselves. We want to do the things that we want other people to do for us. So we went and did that, and it turned out that we need a new strut on our front driver's side. No big deal. The van's still drivable, all that stuff. It just kind of makes a noise when you go over really bumpy terrain. And they told us last night that we just needed a Mercedes strut to be replaced. So after that, they said, okay, cool, we got the part in stock, no big deal, come back tomorrow morning. You can even come early at 8:30 if you want to, and we'll get started on that right away. We show up at 8:30, drop the van off, and about a half hour later, the receptionist comes up and says, hey, we don't have the part. And not only that, but the only part that we can find is in New Jersey, and we can try and overnight it, but it'll probably not get here until Friday because of weather, even though there's no weather here right now. Oh, it's just like this endless thing. And so we asked them if there was any sweat off their back to just order the part, and if we can get it here before we meet the buyer, then we'll have it done on Friday. And if not, we let the buyer know that we could sell them the van, but put in the contract that we would continue with this, getting it done, because it's not even really that big of a deal. Or he could do it himself in his time, and we'd take $1,000 off the price. So it's just like this never ending. It's like we're trying to do something positive here for the buyer, and then now this stuff is coming up. It's just like, man, I want to move forward, but we're in the KOA still, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow in Park City where we were gonna head. But there you go, there's the update. What are you doing?
We're working on scraping the sticker off of our window, and it's very stuck on. 4.5 years of sticking, and we're not using a razor blade. We have a plastic tool and alcohol, and so far we've gotten the Instagram logo off.
Going for a coffee, work break walk in Park City. Cold, cold, cold. It says 25 degrees.
And the sun just went behind the cloud.
And no more sun. If you guys are in Park City, you gotta stop by and see Ben.
Do it.
Yep, definitely the Daily Rise. Favorite coffee in Park City. All right, we're getting this van ready to rock. Check this out. This is about as empty as it's been in a while. Getting all of it super spiffied up for the inspection and hopefully sale. Everything's looking good though, we're on track. It did get really cold though last night here in Park City, 9 degrees. Gotta get back to Seattle.
What are you doing, Joe?
Holy Well, unfortunately, 2 nights before we're supposed to have the van inspected for sale, it got down to 8 degrees and the pipes froze at the sink faucet, which is something that we have never encountered before, and broke the little cartridge thing that's in here on the handle. So when you turn on the sink, it shoots out. So we had to figure out a part, and it turns out you have to replace this whole darn thing just for the little cartridge. But fortunately, being in Salt Lake City, there's a place that had these. So we're going through the process. And I'm quite the plumber at this point, so.
Motorsports in Salt Lake City coming through with the Dometic sink faucet. Wish us luck.
All right, so I think that we actually did it. It seems like things are working. We got a new faucet on there, and it appears that everything is working as planned. Time to burn off some steam after this highly stressful day. So we're going to leave you with some riding video today because you won't believe what happened. It turns out that the buyer that drug us along to come and get the van in Salt Lake City was a scam attempt where they sent us a check. We talked to him on the phone. He seemed totally legit, but he was trying to get us to repay money to him from the initial deposit check. So we got the van totally ready. We even had it maintained and fixed that strut, but he was not coming at any time in the future. If you're selling a van and you have questions about this, feel free to contact us. We don't want this to happen to anybody, so we can give you some of the red flags that popped up along our selling attempt. But in the crazy stress that we had in this situation, we didn't put together a video on what happened here. So I hope you enjoy the riding video. After this, we're headed back up to Seattle to attempt to sell the van from there, where we can kind of just home base and not have to worry about moving and living in the van while we're trying to sell it. So we appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear them down below. Again, and always, if you like this video, please hit the like button or subscribe if you really like us. And we appreciate the heck out of you following us along on our story and journey. All right, guys, we will see you on the next video.